Oh, hello. Last Wednesday was a major Magic the Gathering announcement day, where in addition to Dominaria United previews, the Brothers War artwork, Warhammer 40k Commander deck previews, artwork for Dominaria Remastered, they gave confirmation of sets going all the way through to 2024. I am not joking. They went all the way through to 2024 with sets Phyrexia, All Will Be One, March of the Machines, March of the Machines Aftermath, Wilds of Eldraine, and the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Wizards of the Coast even got so excited that they prematurely leaked out the Dominaria United release notes, which spoiled half the set, just as previews were beginning. Now don't feel bad, Wizards of the Coast. Premature leaks can happen to all game companies, especially of a certain age. It's funny, now that I think about it, they actually did this exact same thing before. The last time that they leaked half a set was in 2018, and that set was Dominaria. Wow, I guess this really is the nostalgia set. So among all of that and about 1,000 other things, Wizards of the Coast revealed that there will be a full set of Doctor Who Commander decks, kind of like they're doing the Warhammer Commander decks, and these will feature full 100-card Doctor Who Commander decks, as well as Doctor Who Collector Boosters, which I don't really understand how that works, but I guess we'll find out, and also Doctor Who Secret Layers. And now the finger points towards me, because I love Doctor Who. I love it so much that my first idea for a YouTube channel, and I am not making this up, was a Doctor Who review series where I would get drunk on Cabernet and review episodes of Doctor Who. But after seeing the pilot for Nerd Wine, spelled W-I-N-E, my wife forbade me from posting it. And so I ended up doing a review of card sleeves instead. I would post a clip of it here, but it seems the pilot episode has been lost to time. But yes, the finger is now pointing to me because I've been critical of universes beyond. I have spoken out against The Walking Dead's Secret Lair. I have said many critical and negative things about Magic the Gathering becoming Weiss Schwarz, but now an IP that I don't just like, but love, is coming to Magic the Gathering. Aha! And oh, shout my own critics and detractors, when it is an IP you love, I bet you'll have no problem with Universes Beyond. We'll love and celebrate these Doctor Who Magic cards, won't you? Won't you? To which I say, do you even know me? Like with all things Magic the Gathering and all things Doctor Who, as well as all things Star Trek, I have many opinions about this. All of them strong. Buckle up. But first, grocery shopping? Get that out of here and check out Factor, sponsor of this video. Take food shopping to a whole new level by having your meals delivered right to your door. The struggle is real when planning and preparing meals for your week. You need like an extra week just to plan for the meals that you're gonna eat that week. And before you know it, you're a week behind. Factor out all that math stuff and try the food delivery service that has been sweeping the nation and keeping my mind and tummy very happy. Now, I've worked with Factor before, and take it from me that you gotta check this out. With Factor, meals are delivered right to you. Meal planning has just become easier as they provide over 25 meal options and add-ons for you to take back control against overthinking, poor diet choices, and anxiety about what you'll be eating tonight or even tomorrow. Best part? No cleanup. The foods are always fresh and never frozen, and there's a variety of meal lifestyles like keto, vegan, or vegetarian, and calorie-conscious options. Knowing more about how food affects your body is the reason my team and I use Factor. If I can save money, time, and provide meals for the office and feel good about what I'm putting into my system, that'll help me keep a clean and focused mind throughout my day. So if you've been on the fence about changing up your food goals and not knowing where to start, try Factor and use my code TolarianCommunity130 to get $130 off Factor, or just use my link go.factor75.com/TolarianCommunity130 to get started today. Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring this video. Let's begin with the most important thing about Doctor Who Magic the Gathering cards and Doctor Who Magic the Gathering Commander decks. If you are excited for these, if you are hyped for these, for the cards, thrilled for the set, in love with the Universes Beyond crossover, then that is fantastic. Simply fantastic. Magic the Gathering is a game, and if you are getting happiness and joy from it, then you are doing it right. And despite my personal feelings about Universes Beyond, I will never, ever refuse to play Magic with someone who is using these cards. I will never, ever give you grief about using those cards, and I will absolutely, in that moment that we sit down to play with those cards, be sure to share in your joy about them. And I expect that everyone else watching this video who maybe is not into these will still do the same. And yes, that applies to stickers as well. I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. I am here to answer the question that many Magic the Gathering players have already flooded my inbox with, which is, Professor, are you excited for these Doctor Who cards? And the answer is, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But personally, I'm just not. I love Doctor Who. I've watched every episode twice from the Russell T Davies era forwards, as well as many of the classic episodes. I've got the toys. I've got replica sonic screwdrivers, a custom costume of my favorite Doctor's outfit, which I wore for the Time Spiral Remastered Booster Box game. Let's play the Booster Box game, Time Spiral Remastered Edition. It is going to be fantastic, simply fantastic. Why is that? Because Time Spiral Remastered is truly bigger on the inside. You might even say I modeled some aspect of my on-screen persona and attire after vibes of the Doctor. I am, after all, the Professor. I literally recreated the Fifth Doctor's death scene for my 8-year anniversary video with Gavin Verhey filling in as the Master.
It's over, Professor. It's finally over. You lose and I win.
Dex. Still got my decks.
No one watched that episode. You can watch it here. And speaking of Gavin, he was on the team that made these. Gavin, by the way, has, and I say this with all sincerity, been one of the kindest people to me over the years. Probably no one at Wizards of the Coast has treated me with more respect than him. And not only that, but my former tutor, Carmen Handy, who I worked with for years making Tolarian Community College videos like Tolarian Tutor and many, many others before she became WotC staff, is someone who I feel like I can maybe even call my friend. And she, too, worked on these decks and these cards, and along them, a team of other WotC staff, all of whom, I have no doubt, are passionate about Magic the Gathering and Doctor Who, and worked hard to make these cards an experience both fun and joyful. And I hope, really hope, that each and every one of them has already turned this video off. And if not, will still speak to me after watching it, because Doctor Who Magic cards just is not my jam. For as much as I love Doctor Who and Magic the Gathering, I just don't want them mixed. I love Star Trek too, but I wouldn't enjoy an episode of Star Trek where the Doctor materializes the TARDIS on the Enterprise bridge and then walks out wearing a proton pack, and then he takes Captain Picard back in time to help Fox Mulder solve an X-file. No, even if it was really, really well written. Just as I'm sure that these cards are really, really well designed, but I can't get excited about that because I feel very strongly that I'm probably never going to get a Magic the Gathering skin of these cards. Keep in mind that in addition to the fact that there's a secret layer of Doctor Who cards, there's also whatever they mean by collector boosters of them, but 4, read 'em, 4 complete Commander decks. That's a lot of Doctor Who cards, and Wizards of the Coast may have pledged to make Magic skins for mechanically unique universes beyond secret layers, but there's no assurances that any mechanically unique cards in those Commander decks, just like mechanically unique cards that are coming in the modern legal Lord of the Rings set, that's another video, or maybe not, maybe I'm just done doing these videos, or the mechanically unique cards that are coming in the Warhammer Commander decks. Maybe some of them will get Magic skins, but surely not all of them. And my interest just wanes there too. You know, that 1-to-1 ratio of a Magic skin for a Universes Beyond card is what helps me relax about them and still be interested in the mechanics, knowing that eventually there will be that Magic-themed card entering the pool. And I said as much about Stranger Things and can now report, now in the future of that while not ideal, the Magic skins of those cards that were given to us in the New Capenna set boosters seems like a really good solution. But there's just too many cards in 4 Commander decks worth of Doctor Who to be able to give us a Magic skin for them all, and that's understandable why you can't possibly do that. It's fine, but it does dampen my interest in the mechanics because, as someone who isn't likely to play with them as Doctor Who cards, not having a Magic the Gathering skin means I'll likely not really be that interested in them as they're coming out, as they've come through. Some might get skins, and those might pique my interest. Maybe. And you know what? As much as I love Doctor Who, it's hard to separate this one product, or I guess it's 3 products, from the deluge of Universes Beyond IP. These cards are not being released in isolation. If I say to my opponent, I target 11, they literally may need me to clarify which 11. And you know, the fact these Doctor Who decks are coming means that the Warhammer Commander decks are simply a new line of recurring products. Universes Beyond Commander decks. Why would they only do it once? It was naive of me to think they would. And so applying that to this modern legal Lord of the Rings set just means that it's likely the first in a new line of modern legal Universes Beyond sets. New and unique cards for modern, maybe next time from Rick and Morty, Marvel, Star Wars I bet is going to happen eventually, maybe Star Trek. You know, I like some of those properties. I'm sure I will like many of the properties that come into Magic in the years to come. Just as I love Doctor Who. But that doesn't mean I want to sit down to play Modern with them. In just a few short years, we have had so much Universes Beyond product that this cardboard crack has gone from satire to portents to just, well, pretty much reality. I don't like that the cardboard crack joke has become true. And I still love Magic the Gathering, and I still have tons of Magic the Gathering stuff that I'm super hyped for. Dominaria United and the Brothers' War, Phyrexian invasions, interplanar battles, favorites of the past battling alongside heroes of the present. Hook it to my veins! It is okay to love something but still be critical of it. And just as I said at the beginning of this video, that it is okay for you to love these Doctor Who cards, I think it's also fair to say that maybe not everyone does, and that's okay too. As long as I am not being a jerk about you loving them, please don't be a jerk to me about not really wanting Doctor Who in my Magic game. Hey, let's just not be jerks about Magic the Gathering. Oh my God, has no one ever thought of this before? I just thought up something really good! And yeah, as a Doctor Who fan, I will absolutely collect these Doctor Who cards, but I don't know that I'm actually going to play with them, because again, for me, I just like to play with Magic cards that are in Magic's world. I like the idea of maybe getting them framed, hanging them up on my wall. I can maybe set them up in a display next to my other Doctor Who collectibles. It'll be fun. I like collecting things. Collecting things is cool. As for these Doctor Who Commander decks, well, they may not be my jam. There is nothing wrong if they are yours. I keep saying that. This is what Magic the Gathering is now, and it's true. This is what Magic the Gathering is now. It's not the same game as it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but that doesn't mean it's not still fantastic. And many Magic the Gathering players are going to look back and see that old Magic the Gathering and say, I don't want it to go. But everything changes when you think about it, and that's okay. That's good. You gotta keep moving. Imagine if nothing in this game ever changed. That might be a problem too. It is okay not to love everything about things that you still do love. Magic isn't what it was, but it is something new, and there's still a great game and great community and great days ahead. Laugh hard, play fast, and no matter your feelings on Doctor Who Commander decks and universes beyond, be kind. But that is just my feelings on the subject, and now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Doctor Who Commander decks, about the idea that we're going to have Universes Beyond Commander decks every year or maybe every other year, the Lord of the Rings Modern Legal set being the first in a long product line of Universes Beyond Modern Legal sets? How do you think this all is going to affect your relationship with the game? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring this video. Remember, if you've been on the fence about changing up your food goals and not knowing where to start, or you're just looking for healthy, convenient meals delivered right to your door, try Factor and use my code TolarianCommunity130 to get $130 off Factor, or use my link go.factor75.com/TolarianCommunity130 to get started today. Hey, what's up? It's Shuffle Up and Play, and today I'm joined by Tappy Toe Claus, George, and Chef PK of YouTube fame. We are playing with level 7 commander decks.
So used to having like one free player at the table, and now it's like actually, oh, you didn't attack yet?
Move to declare attackers.
What kind of tribal deck is this?
It's great, trust me.
Thanks, red player who can read.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Red player fight! Red player fight! Red player fight! That's a 7, huh? All right, untap.
He said with his true name nemesis.
Thank you.
Don't blame me. She put the true name
She's like,
nemesis
make sure
in
you
there.
bolt that.